what time it is, buddy?
Fever time.
Yeah, man!
Fire.
Everything that you carry, any luggage you take, all the girls you keep in hiding, they don't scare me away. No, 'cause I can't stop falling in love with you. I won't stop falling in love with you. I can't stop falling in love with you, with you. There's a past that keeps on calling, or if it keeps you awake, I won't let a scar keep me from your lips. I catch every tear from your face. 'Cause I can't stop falling in love with you. I won't stop falling in love with you. I can't stop falling in love with you, with you. I can't stop falling in love with you. I won't stop falling in love with you. I can't stop falling in love with you.
Come on, Mark.
Uh-oh.
You'll draw him in like a moth to flame.
I am less afraid.
This is for the best.
Let me adjust the microphone for you. Doctor. How's that?
Have a nice night.
Well?
Oh, what? Now we dance. Oh, no.
It's not for you. It's for them.
But I have to go.
Now we dance.
What is it you've got running all through your veins? Well, I'm here to tell you, you've got the fever, and it's hard to tame. What is your passion? And baby, I'll tell you what my pleasure be. Well, it's fever for the showing, Be it horror, thrills, or fantasy, they give us fever with some sci-fi. Baby, we'll burn until we supernova all night long. Keep it coming, we love a good mystery. In the day you can feel it, during the night so hot it'll bring you to your knees. Well, it's fever for the showing, be it horror, thrills, or fantasy. They give us fever with some sci-fi. Baby, we'll burn until we supernova all night long.
Welcome, everyone, and happy TGI Friday. Thank God it is. We're here. We made it. It's Friday, which means it's the weekend. And it means we get 2 awesome shows. That's right. 2 really good, awesome shows. Severance and Yellow Jackets have released their next episodes. And tonight we are going to dive deep into this week's episode of Severance. And then a little switcheroo for schedule. Normally we would go Monday night for Yellow Jackets, but because I'm getting all the computer parts in. The first computer trial we did not quite work with the pre-built. So, I'm sorry, yeah, pre-built. So we are going with a custom built. Thanks to my husband, he is going to build it for us. So we will hopefully have a nice new PC by next week. So Monday we might be working on it. We're not sure if it's going to be Monday or Tuesday night. But so we're looking at a Sunday night for Yellow Jackets. At least that's the plan. Again, apologies. You guys know how we're holding together with duct tape and glue, so things vary from minute to minute.
And we're all out of duct tape.
That is true, and out of funds apparently too. I used all those.
Glue's dried up.
Your data gave me a jar of fucks, and apparently I used those up as well. So we're running low on supplies. But I still got pencils and paper. We got that much. We got notes. And screenshots. You know we got the screenshots.
Screenshots.
But welcome, everyone, and welcome to my awesome panel. As always, Miss Dana hanging out with us with her latest news. She gets to actually highlight you guys in the chat again because she has something very nice and special and pretty herself.
Yes, I'm on my new computer too. Look, I'm highlighting.
Ooh.
Look at there. I didn't do anything, guys. That's why Dana's on top, because her PC is superior.
Nice.
Ooh, I can push buttons.
That's right, folks. So between the two of us, hopefully sometime real soon, we will be able to do a lot more things with you guys. We'll have new toys. Well, she's already got a new toy. I'll have a new toy. And we'll have lots of fun adventures with games and all the stuff that we promised you guys last year. We are working hard to still bring that to you. And speaking of which, since we are getting closer and closer to finishing out Severance, and just before I'm going to welcome you guys in the chat first. Where are my manners? And James, of course. The awesome James from The Walking Dead Explains is hanging out with us tonight as well. I'm sorry, guys.
Here he is.
You are here with us. He's awesome James, guys. I think we wouldn't be as funny without him.
No, you're becoming like our third Motley Crew over here.
Right?
Ooh, I don't know if I've ever been in a Motley Crew or not.
And then I got to still figure out how to place this better because I don't, you know what? We do this. There, I'll go to the bottom. That way. I don't like it when our faces get covered up with the chat, but I also love for the chat to be highlighted at all times. So I still got to work that out with the screen layout. But
it's all about the chat.
Either way, that's right. It's all about the chat. And speaking of which, let's see. We got Dark Elf first and foremost early. I saw you in here early this morning. Way early. As soon about pretty much right after the stream got put up. I wonder why. No, I'm just kidding. We love Dark Elf. He says, yeah, baby, can't wait. And I'm first. Haha, I love you. And like and subscribe, people. That's right. Because according to Miss Faith and Repentance here, it says hit that like button on the way in or get sent to the break room. Oh. Yeah, you don't want to deal.
Harsh.
Yeah.
No.
Faith, do you want to be the new Milchek?
That's worse than getting a pineapple.
Oh, you know what? I wanted to press. Should I press the button? It's the moment's passed. It's fine.
I don't know which one's worse, the break room or the box at this point.
All right.
Then paper clips.
I don't know which one's scarier.
Pretty scary. I don't know. You're right. I did just go ahead and get eaten up by the monsters, or have to deal with the endless torture of Milchek and Miss Cobell and whatever else Lumen has for you. Tough
Pretty
call.
much.
But let's see who else we got with us. Of course, our one and only teacher in the chat that I know of. I mean, actually, no, I take that back. I think we have some others, but you so far have been the most awesome teacher with the best advice. Miss Jen, the teacher. Welcome, welcome. Let's see who else we got. I see Bill Chill hanging out with us. Hope you're having a great Friday night. I see the Dumbledore. Welcome, welcome, hon. Hope you are having a great night as well. Let's see. All right. So, yes, back to it. Before I forget, because I was just about to dive into the episode, we are almost through Severance. So, just try to find some other things for you guys to interact with the channel with. So, we're going to do a slight contest / giveaway. So, for Severance, Yellow Jackets, and when From comes back around and all the shows that we start to cover, we're gonna start doing a fan art contest and giveaway. So with Severance almost to an end, sometime shortly after the end of Severance, actually before then, there is a channel in the Discord. I will get a link, or Dana will. One of us will put a link in the Discord and for you guys. So you can go, if you have some fan art of this season or last season, anything Severance related that you guys want to kind of put your hat in the ring for the running. You never know. We're going to put it all up to the chat and show off your art and let the chat choose the winning piece. And then that person will get sent a prize. Something special that from Dana collection of goodies. And I'm telling you guys, you just never know, because Nick sends Dana stuff from time to time, and then she's just got all kinds of goodies that she's saved up. So it's a mystery prize. We don't know yet.
Yes. I haven't gotten into my box of goodies yet to determine what it might be. So to be decided.
So yes, get your art in and submit it into the channel in Discord. Under each one of the shows, there should be a fan art channel. So Severance and Yellow Jackets. And I believe I put one up for From already as well. So guys, get your submissions in. And then sometime, I will say that week after, we'll go about a week after Severance, sometime either just after the last episode or the week just after, we're going to cut the deadline off sometime. I haven't decided yet. Just know that you got about 2 weeks left to get your submissions in for Severance. Yellow Jackets, you have a bit longer, as we are episode coming up, or this episode 5 this week.
Mm-hmm.
So you got about 5 more weeks to go with Yellow Jackets if you wish to submit something in that category as well. So guys, all the artists out there, calling all artists.
This was number 5, I think.
Nice.
That we're doing now, or today.
I haven't watched yet. I was so focused on Severance today. I have not watched Yellow Jackets. So I know when Spectre pops in the chat, he's going to be really upset. I have not watched yet.
Oh my goodness.
I haven't watched it yet either.
Goodness. Oh my goodness.
I told you I cannot money the waters. I can't do it. Look, it started to get real rough right after when they did 2 episodes of Yellow Jackets, while I had so much of Severance on the brain that it would kill everything. I can't. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness, your mind's going to be absolutely.
I can't wait. I saw what you put in the Discord. I did watch that.
You watched the trailer and you haven't even seen the episode? Oh,
that was the trailer for the next one. Oh well, I didn't know that. Don't give us.
No, you watched the sneak peek, right? because I
I
put
don't
two
know. The
things.
first thing, the first one.
The
you
first
put.
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
he put up was a sneak peek. It was a
Yeah,
little
okay.
sneak
I
peek of
thought
the
so.
episode.
I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
wait
yeah.
a minute. Then I'm really
The
Yeah.
thrown the
second
hell
thing
off.
he put up was the trailer, and I
For the
haven't watched
next,
it yet
yeah, the next
because I'm
episode.
like,
So
no,
don't
I
watch
gotta watch
that.
this episode first.
No, I don't think I watched that. No, I think I watched the
Yeah,
sneak
don't
peek
watch
one.
the trailer until you watch the episode. I just put it there for reference as far as
We'll definitely check that out Sunday night. Yeah, because we try Sunday night for Yellow Jacket, so we'll definitely check that out. But yeah, guys. So if you guys want to throw your hat in for some art and win a prize, yeah, go ahead and submit. Like I said, something new we're gonna try out, and you don't have to be great at it. It's just something fun. And you never know, we might have like a first, second, third place prize. This is a test run. We're gonna use Severance as a test run for the art contest / giveaway. So, with that being said, again, welcome. Oh, and I see Golden Child. Welcome, hun. Couldn't get through the first 2 episodes of Yellow Jackets. Well, it was a lot. It was quite a lot. Wait, you submitted your art to Dana. I'm sure you did.
No.
I don't even want to know. Only submissions count are the ones that you are willing to put into the fan art channel. Otherwise, they are disqualified. I'm sorry. We love you.
sorry.
Apparently, you've caused Dana to laugh uncontrollably.
Now that I know what he's talking about, it's pretty
Yeah,
funny.
I don't even want to know. I'm going to remain innocent and not knowing. What's up, B42? Glad to see you hanging out, Vinda. Glad to see you. I hadn't talked to you in a while. Definitely drop your link if you would like to, hun, so folks can go check you out. He's an awesome gamer on Twitch, so go check him out. I don't have your link on hand. I'm a terrible host. But you do have a wrench.
I don't either. I'm sorry.
He has a wrench. He's free to drop if he wishes to. But we're going to get into this episode, guys. So welcome, everyone. Happy Friday to you all. And it was a short episode, but still, I liked it because I was ready to get back to Miss Cobell and kind of get her story. And they gave us, I'd say, a pretty decent amount of backstory with her. What do you guys think? Was this one just... We'll go ahead and have everybody rate the episode at the beginning of the stream, and then we'll rate and see how we feel at the end of the stream after we all kind of give our take. So just right now, where do you feel about the episode, Miss Dana?
I'm around a 7.5. This episode, I enjoyed it. We got some information, but I personally feel we got better episodes this season.
Mm-hmm. What about you, James? And the chat, go ahead and type your answer in as well.
I'm part of if I could double scale it, part would get almost a 5, maybe a 6, but I don't know, because all of the information we got from it, if you squeezed out the information, it was quite deep, and revealing on a lot of levels. Yep. So on that part, it might even get a 9 or higher. But, I wonder, it makes me wonder as far as just production side of things, if they had told us in a different way or sped all of that information up, would it have made a difference, a better episode? Would we have complained? They just kind of threw that at us, or, I don't know. But to me, it was just a little drawn out, but the levels of information were quite deep.
Mm-hmm. Just like how these waters were so rocky and wild at the start. I actually liked all the scenes they gave us in this episode. That's
like a desktop
I did too.
background.
But do you guys think that
it was pretty?
Cobell really deserved this standalone episode, or it was so short that I felt like maybe we could have flashed to the innies or the outies or something else? I felt like they could have given us a little more time, to where they were just so focused on making this a Cobell episode that I feel kind of gypped, if that makes sense.
Right.
Well, because
But
I give it, because see, I'll give the episode like, I'm with you at around a 7.5, but I give it an 8 only because of what they give us with Cobell, which was much needed. It answers some questions, or at least some thoughts that we had and concerns with Miss Cobell back from season 1, like the very start and how she was behaving with the program. So I think it was, even though it seemed less thrilling in some ways, I like how James said it was very deep and meaningful in a lot of what it gave us and some of the little details and what they were saying, and especially with, because Miss Cobell is a little bit more important than we think.
right.
Or we always thought she was, but it's a lot deeper.
Way deeper now, especially since the Notebook. And
Mm-hmm.
would we have had the same, like, to me, like just that opening part where she was brushing her teeth and looking over at the guys smelling the ether or whatever, huffing the ether, showing us, starting that story of, let's show, playing through the story of how everybody, this used to be a town and a factory, ether factory, and what he was doing, which is a whole level of information just in the factory. But,
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it took this level of, let's lay out this story because of the level of information. Because maybe if she just showed up at the store and that dude said, yeah, we're all hooked on ether or whatever, and, it flashed real fast through the sissy stuff,
Mm-hmm.
would we have gotten it all? It just makes me question it. Like, I agree with the slow burn, but man, just all the levels of information were crazy.
Oh yeah, and let's see what you guys in the chat are rating it at the start. We got Bill Chill at a 7.3. We got Miss Jen the teacher giving us an 8. We got PM with a 7. So everybody's around the same number. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Yes, we need more Cobell. And so I would, like I said, even though it's not thrilling in the same way that, per se, when they were out on their little retreat or something like that. Like, that was kind of wild and like, oh my, kind of like, ooh. But there was something so much more deeper, and especially with Miss Cobell and learning how this company works, kind of confirming what we already think about the company and the people, like Milchek's little assistant. So it connected a lot of things that we were already kind of questioning or wondering, like, how are these people acting this way? And then the biggest reveal at the end, right, was, oh shit. Okay, well, that just answered everything about why Miss Cobell is acting the way she's acting.
Right. And she's very important. I mean, ultimately important when you start looking at the ether and why the factory's there and what he was, the Egan guy was actually doing with
James.
it.
Or which one?
Maybe the family, the Egan family, I guess, because it seems like it's been there a long time. So, they're trying all this immortality thing that we know they're trying to work toward or whatever. He was trying to do that with the ether.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying these different things, right? So all that the levels of that, when you look at it, when Sissy or whatever her name was, they were talking and said, all information is for one or for Egan or whatever about the Notebook. So she didn't take credit for it.
Mm-hmm.
She's the one that made the only thing that is the whole damn show's about. So, the only thing that seems to be working for Lumen. So the other question is, why did she invent it in the first place?
Well, because it seemed as if she invented it very, I don't want to say early on, but perhaps in high school or whatever kind of schooling they had, because the when she went to school with James, he took it. He took her work. So I'm assuming it was, high school or college level where she developed this. Now, I'm assuming it's because they had to huff all that, whatever shit they were huffing. That seemed to be the way that they were dealing with, like, their bullshit while they were working 10 plus hours in the factory as children.
Right. So
and I think she saw what it did to her mom, and in turn kind of wanted to
find a better way to do it, because she was still in, like, with the company. She still was hook, line, and sinker with Kier,
and so she's
and the beliefs
one,
and the teachings.
Yeah,
And what's up,
she's the one
phone?
that
Welcome,
wanted to
welcome.
get severed, right?
I
That's
cannot
why
remember,
she.
but I would assume so.
I mean,
Because
that's
she
why she
created the whole
created it.
thing,
Yeah,
right?
that's
She
why.
created the entire program. What was it? The Glasgow, everything.
Yeah. So she, like the showrunner, he says, I sat down one time and was thinking, man, what if you just could turn off your work side? And that's Cobell in the show. Yeah. So
And yeah,
yes,
this
it's
whole
deep.
episode is, like you said, it doesn't give us too much as far as what's going on with some of the other main characters, but just what it gives us for the kind of the background of the company and how,
Yeah.
like you said, important Miss Cobell is to it.
And cultish. The cultishness.
Yes. Well, this lady basically sums it up. Like, she 100% lets you know that this is, for those who were raised in it, it is 100% a cult. She had the altar, which now we understand where the altar comes from with Miss Cobell. All the ways that Miss Cobell is acting comes from this childhood where she grew up in this place. Even this guy here, he was a child who grew up with her, right? Like, they grew up in the factory together. And apparently that was like basically like a boyfriend to her. But even the way she talked about him, he understood and still cared for her. But it was just, you could tell the difference between the path that she took with the company and the path that he took, kind of like screw Lumen.
Well, yeah, but afterwards, I think he was a Lumen guy for a long time until he wasn't. But that's just I don't know.
Something happened because obviously the other lady that was like the mentor or whatever for Miss Cobell didn't like him, didn't want him anywhere around. It was like, oh, he's one of those who sells stuff. But we're like, well, didn't y'all give it to him? Like, it was almost like one of the things where it's shameful, but we kind of do it while you're young and then we expect you not to do it or something. I don't know if maybe the Severed program came along and he chose not to go with the Severed.
I think the factory shut down and he worked at the factory. And that line that he gave her in the whatever that little coffee shop or whatever that was, he gave her this line, like they were just talking normal, and he went into this long, like, what happened here or to the town or something, and he went into this long thing. And I think that he was regurgitating what they told him the reason was that they had to shut the factory down and let him go. But he does hate him now, and the mom hated him. So the power, the cult, it's almost like she said there wasn't a town there before the factory got there. So it's almost like Lumen still brought in people and child labor and didn't care about the employees then and almost experimented on the town in a way.
Because Harmony was pretty young. I mean, I know it went down to at least 8 years old that I could see on the Walmart. And they didn't have it was pretty much, again, everything in here seemed to be kept the way it was for the most part. Like, she did not modern things up at all. Like, it is what it is. It is so what you think of like a cult, like when you got where Mark and them are at, which is supposed to be kind of the face of the cult or the company or whatever, however you want to put it. It's all nice and beautiful and brightly shining, but then you forget about these other places they kind of left behind. Like they're just left in time. Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
It's weird. But for them to still have such loyalty to the company too with it, right? Like for her, she's just like, no, it is what it is. You don't question it. And it was so sad to see, like, I didn't even, not to say that Miss Cobell was ever a character that I would ever say I loved, but man, this one kind of, it made you understand the villain, if she was a villain. It was kind of sad.
But now, do you think she's actually up to something possibly? Like, yes, she still has loyalty to here, but I don't think she's as loyal to Helena.
Yeah, I don't know. She's anti-villain, maybe. I don't know if that fits.
Well, to me, she kind of seemed like the bad guy, maybe season 1.
Yeah, and could you, especially after this episode, maybe say that you can't blame her as much because she was just brought up that way?
Yes.
Is that an easy way to say it? And
That's
now
what I'm
she's
saying.
seeing the light.
Like now, you can't look at her with like the same kind of like, okay, we get it. Like you're corporate and everything, but you're kind of like really messing with Mark. What is your obsession with all, not just with Lumen, but with the Sever program above and beyond what you would think is even normal for, because like Milchek didn't quite act that way, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So now, like you're saying, with this episode, we understand, okay, well, although her actions are not maybe always right, you understand where they're coming from. You understand why, like where she was brought up, the way they were groomed from at least 8 years old, that we know, I think it was even younger than that maybe, but they were brought up in the schools, the factories, and then to hear the way that the lady was talking about Miss Cobell, like, oh, they saw Kier in you, and just you were this beautiful flower, I thought, my little mouse. Just the way she talked about Cobell with her, basically the way she was just so industrious. And I was like, okay, so she was brought up on, and then to be brought up in the school next to an Egan, right? Like she was not just anybody in this company. She was brought up next to like the echelon of the company,
Right.
with her own particular. And I imagine this lady that was watching over her, that's over the house now. Imagine she's someone the company particularly put in that position, right? To groom Miss Cobell. She showed initiative or whatever it was the company wanted. It was just wild.
Yeah, go back to that other frame you had it on.
Which one was that? This one?
3 or 4, 3 ahead of that one.
1, 2, 3.
Right.
This one?
Next one. Well, that one. Stop right there a second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so go back to, they said they were like 8 or something maybe when they were in the factory. And I would say she worked until she was maybe 12, because that's where the age thing or the height thing stops. And so that's maybe when they took her. As far as what Cece was talking about, they said you were bright or whatever. So they took her at that age and put her in that school. And you see her little school uniform, that is around the age 12. So you can understand, like Miss Wong, maybe she was special too, and why she's so young and where she is.
Exactly.
And so you start understanding things. But then you go to that next frame and you see on the wall is Sissy's plaque thing, and it's Lumen Ether at the top, and it says quarterly striver, and she's like youth apprentice matron, you know, so she is like cheering on kids at that level down there. She was like a quarterly striver, you know how they like to give out awards and stuff. And so she was a follower the whole time, and everything just starts laying into place once you start going. Oh, and the Wintertide, if you go back to, what was it, Milchek, when he was using the big words for the last time, talking to Miss Wong.
Yes, you caught that, yeah.
The Wintertide thing, because we see it in something in this show. I mean, it just kept like, it's a boring show, but dang, there's like clue.
Yep, just like you're saying. And Fletcher, some guys in the chat, yeah, Miss Wong probably had same childhood as Cobell. Absolutely, that was a big one to pick up on this episode, because again, like you're saying, that we wonder kind of like, yeah, she was a crossing guard, right, or something, and then how are they so young? Well, obviously, we get to find out it's sort of even maybe one of the first towns that Lumen sort of really started branching off into in this area. Because it seemed old, but I know the company's super old, but I'm just curious is like, how many towns do they have like this? And again, where are we at? And then these schools are weird, and the names that they're using for certain things are very particular. Again, very cult-like and corporate all at the same. Oh, it's so creepy. It's very scary.
Yeah, especially if you were like her and didn't have a choice, maybe, and either they picked you out because were they not sisters? Maybe the Sissy and the mom, her mom.
See, that's what I was wondering.
Is that her aunt?
I didn't pick up on it. I watched it again earlier, and I was trying to listen for that, and I didn't pick up on it. But the plaque says Cobell, and I don't know if that's
maybe
like just given to her because she's over that house, the Cobell house, or if she's actually like sister, and then the mom just didn't follow. She said the mom didn't follow the path, or she didn't believe. Or at least that's what she told Miss Cobell. Like, only if your mom had believed or something, maybe she could have been saved from her. I forget how she phrased it.
Yeah, yeah. Crazy show, though, for
And
sure.
they bring up the Tempers again because she's telling her, like, you bring woe into this house. And she's like, nah, you the one bringing woe.
No, you bring woe. No, you bring woe.
You just bring woe. And she slapped her. She did. She popped her. Now we know where Miss Cobell got her temper from. This lady here. She just seems scary. Even like just, I don't know. I mean, yeah, white, what you would think is nice, but there's still, I don't know if it was the haircut.
She kept stoking the fire, literally and physically.
Yes, she did. I love too how she answered Miss Cobell's questions, but Miss Cobell knew like how to rephrase it. Like, well, has anybody been here? No one has been to this house. Have they called? Like, damn, like she knew what to ask. Miss Cobell's, she's smart. Well, clearly, because she created. Allegedly, there's apparently some questions as to who created the Sever program, but she has some receipts to back up her claim that this lady tried to burn. How about that shit?
Yeah, it seems like it was her, and the Lumen guy took credit for it. James.
Yep, James Lumen. And she was like, oh, this is extraordinary. Let me just throw it in the fire. You evil bitch. Love how she's
That's
like, I hope
also
you
like
die.
another example of this cult mentality. Like her creation was not allowed to be her own. It had to be like the company, the cults. So it's like in turn, whoever took credit for it, like I was more convinced this episode that they are definitely leaning towards some type of cult.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Phil Chill says Aunt Sissy got them hands, yo. Yep, she was quick to throw it in there. I literally surprised Miss Cobell didn't like for real shove her, like grab it and just like face palm her down or something. I don't know. At this point, I would have already wanted to smack her myself. I mean, she slapped her in the face too. Called her a disgrace or something or another. She did tell her she can die though, or something. She just said you can delete yourself. Oh, I want to say poor Miss Cobell. Like, even after everything she's done. Why do these shows do this to us? The Golden Child says Cobell feels like her inventions are her babies, and she will definitely kill anyone that tries to keep them from her. Lumen should definitely fear her. Yeah, they may. Especially now. I mean, they sending folks after. She even knew, like, she was trying to be all secretive this episode, right? Like, she thinks she's scared. She knows that they're going to come after. She unplugged the phone.
Yeah, but I think she may turn out to be more of a hero, possibly, than what we definitely thought in the beginning, for sure. Just, like when she went back to the Lumen to say, hey, Mark's on, or his innie is turned on or whatever. You'd think, oh, she just got fired, but she's doing something for the company. But she was doing something for her own thing, something she loved, not the company per se. And you start seeing through all these little things, like, again, my car drove off the cliff and crashed, and my theories blew up.
Right.
In a lot of ways, because of this episode. So it definitely was deep.
See what else you guys in the chat are saying. Jen the teacher says, I think she will team up with Devon and Mark to take down Lumen, but then turn on them to take over Lumen as the real Severance inventor / owner / CEO and complete her project with Mark and Gemma. So it may not be as innocent as we think, maybe. She still will. Maybe at one point she was.
It's like,
but
she
somewhere along the way.
Wasn't. Now she is again. Nope, she wasn't.
Well, I mean, she was innocent turned bad. I mean, to be fair.
Yeah.
I don't know if everyone could turn away. It looks like those who didn't go down the path still did not go down a very good path. Her partner or co-worker did not exactly, I mean, he does have his own coffee shop. He does have that, and a nice lucrative drug business.
Hell yeah, she snuffed that paint. She was like, yes, give me some of that.
Look,
I haven't done this since I was 8.
look,
Like,
he got a
damn.
nice cake back there though. That actually this shitty ass town got that nice of cakes.
Yeah.
They need to
It
tidy
was
up.
weird. It was weird that the whole place itself was even that nice.
Like the inside kind of looked nice though. They got some tomato soup.
Maybe it's a fisher town now, and all the boats were out.
I mean,
It's
it
that
ain't
drug dealer
terrible
money.
actually compared to some of the other establishments that were.
Tippy pot.
I mean, the car over there ain't doing so hot. I don't
I
think.
mean, maybe it's his ether business that's really keeping everything going, supplying the cake.
It's
Cake
called
money.
Drippy Pot Cafe. That's how you know it's got pot in it. Drug.
Waka waka.
See, he's doing his thing. He was giving out some freebies earlier on in the episode. Where was he? He was right about here. He's like, here, man, don't worry about it. It's on the house, yo. Thanks, man.
It's a good dealer right there.
I love how he was talking to her. He's like, you need me to top you off? And he's like, anytime you want. I'm like, what else you giving her in that cup of coffee? You topping her off.
We're in her little breathing tube.
Right? Fletcher says Team Harmony Cobell from now on. I'm assuming now on. But no, now on, I'm assuming. Yes. All right. Well, you're Team Harmony. There you go. I don't know what team I'm on yet. I'm on this lady's team. Because I hope she makes it a few more years out of Lumens. But then again, they seem like
she could be the hero, and in the very, very final finale, she destroys the computer that has the only last information of what she knows, and she burns the notebook.
Mm-hmm. I feel like she knows things. Like
No,
she's heard a lot of
down with
stories.
Jen, the teacher. I think she's going to do whatever she can, and she's going to take over that bitch.
Oh, yeah, really?
Yeah. Because she still has that almost, what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? Loyalty to Kier and to this, in a sense. And I think she looks at certain people like they're going to destroy it. I truly think I'm with Jen. I think she's gonna do some shit and end up trying to take over.
Ooh.
To restore it back to whatever.
Yeah, in a good way, maybe. No?
I don't know if you call it good, but we shall see.
Oh, that's a good one, though. I like it.
Yeah, I don't know where Miss Cobell's gonna fall in the end. After this episode, like I said, it explains a lot of her behavior. And we'll have to see when she goes back how the Egans decide to play it, or what she actually decides to do. We'll probably, I guess maybe the next episode or so will determine if she's going to go good or bad. And what is up, Miss Vic? Welcome, hun.
Hello.
Hope you're doing awesome. One of our awesome mods. All the power to Miss Vic. We praise our mods. Let's see what else we got. See, Jen, the teacher says yes, back to the way in her mind Kier intended. Yes. Yes, her. I mean, she grew up with it, the family. That's, again, it just, the layers that Miss Cobell has gone through. You really get to see why she's the way she. I mean, it's even weird the way she talks to her dude here. I mean, clearly they had something going on. I got the kiss. You can't see it, but they were kissing right here. It was dark, but they totally was kissing after they had the drugs.
Yeah, I think she talks that way because she's maybe so smart, and we didn't realize it maybe until now that she's just on another level. Yeah, super genius type thing. And I always thought it was something about her mom. Like, you always knew back when she worked at Lumen, she was really into Mark and, really into, I want to be on that floor. I want to be,
Mm-hmm.
connected with that. And I thought the breathing hose had something to do with her mom and it would have connected things. And I guess it did in the end, but I would have never believed she would have, if you would have said, threw out a theory, months ago, hey, she's the one that came up with the whole thing. I've been, I don't know. But it makes a lot of sense now. You put it all together.
All right. And I could remember this picture in her mom's room. Was that of her or her mom?
I think her,
I
she
think
didn't she
that's
have that
her.
same
Okay.
picture, maybe,
I was
in
curious if
her
it was supposed to
altar.
be like her mom, like this was going on for like generation, but yeah, that would make more sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like 12, that she looks around 12 maybe, and you see the 12 is the last stage on the height thing. So you think,
Mm-hmm.
well, they took her off to school. That's when she started her journey. They saw that she was a super genius.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because then she was still doing her studies when her mom passed away. So that would be about, so probably right after her mom passed is when they took her. Because I remember her saying like she never got to say goodbye. And so, still you were where you were supposed to be or so. I thought maybe she was saying like she was still like in school. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that whole little part. Because that part where she starts really talking to her about the past, she gives a lot of details.
Yeah, it seemed I would have to rewatch too. I've only watched it once, but when she was talking about that she was at the studies that is more like a college level,
Perhaps.
maybe during that part. That's what I was confused about. I didn't know like what time span was she actually talking about right there.
Mm-hmm. That's why I was getting confused too. I was like, which was she in college? Her mom died, and it seemed like she was, like this. Her studies were more important than saying goodbye. So I was like, well, which studies? I mean, was that? I'm assuming when she was like either high school or college, but she could have still been doing. Because they were working in the factories at first, right? And then they got while going to school.
No, I would say she worked in the factories from 8 to 12, and he stayed working in the factory until they shut it down. But they took her and put her in school because she was a genius at
That's
age
what I
12.
was gonna say. Yeah. So did this episode like confirm for you guys or not that Miss Cobell is in fact severed?
I don't know. It didn't confirm that one way or the other for me.
Yeah, me either. But the clues to me, the one thing, it seems like we did see her name in that one list in the security office as severed. And if she come up, like invented the thing, she may say, hey, I want to be the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Test it on
And
me.
then whose chip do you think she had on that necklace?
Her mom's.
Wait, which one? This necklace?
She
Or
she
is
put
it
a necklace on that had like a severed like one of the chips on
Oh,
it.
that was the
Petey?
Peter, or yeah, Petey.
Was it Petey's?
Yeah, Petey.
Yeah.
The guy that worked with Mark.
Yeah.
She went in and got it, and then they
Yeah,
ran
because
tests or
Milchick
whatever, and
said
they
you
let
can
her
keep
use
it
it,
because we have it scanned or whatever.
and she kept it on the
Yeah,
necklace.
that's right.
Let's see what else we got. Oh, I lost some spot. Oh no! Wait. Here we go. Fletcher says, "Do we think Irving's been calling up Cobell all this time, or Reg
We're Gabi.
Regabi? Yes, Regabi. I don't know who Irving's been calling. To be honest, I still don't know what that mystery is.
Could be neither. I think it wasn't it you, Scarlett, that said it could be the competitor.
I know that was brought up. I cannot remember if I said that or Dana or someone in the chat.
I
Yeah,
said
yeah.
that.
So, and
Okay,
that
Dana
makes
said that.
that,
That's what I wasn't going to take credit because I don't remember
it kind of
saying it,
makes
but I
sense
remember it being
though. I
said.
know you guys told me, I couldn't remember who, but it makes sense a little bit. Um, but it, Cobell could, if you think about it, and Ragabi. I mean, really.
Mm-hmm. And then we also get to see a little bit of the altar, which is again why we understand Miss Cobell had the altar she had. Something they're taught to have, right? Essentially, like in the house.
Yeah, that's weird.
And there goes some more of them damn goats.
Well, that's one of the tempers, right? There's
No,
The
I'm talking
four
about on the
timbers.
little,
Yeah.
like it looks like the tapestry or
over
fabric
here.
thing
Yeah,
over
yeah,
there.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
That's creepy.
And we got some eyes.
Yeah, on those patches. That's like school patches, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Like Girl Scout, Boy Scout
Or
patches.
yeah.
Some shit. And there's their man. And of course, I guess these are like their achievements. Like we saw Miss Cobell had hers from the school and stuff sort of attached around the altar.
You can see the one straight ahead is James Egan assumes role as Lumen CEO.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's about when he took over from whoever it was before him.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, go back up a little bit. Is that a
Oh, sorry. Wait, wrong one. I went too far. Hang on. Go up to which one?
Down by the blue candles?
Mm-hmm.
Looks kind of like, is that a bomb or something? I wonder if I could tell on that.
A bomb right here?
No, beside it to the right.
This?
Up. Right there.
This.
Yeah.
Possibly. Let me see. Hang on. I
Anyway,
might be able to go
I'm
get
just saying because I was keep thinking apocalyptic.
See
What's the bigger story here? Where are we? What's PE? And those kind of things.
It could be. I can't tell if it's a bomb or a chess piece or a
Yeah,
stamp.
it could be anything. I'm just.
No, it looks like it legit looks like a nuke or something or some kind of bomb that could be dropped or a stamp.
Because that was the problem watching the episode. Like, I'm gonna have to watch this again because I'm thinking about what it just showed me, and I'm two things probably.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about something.
What's creepy is how they even put like on this one. This is like almost not just normal religious cult. This is like almost crossing into. I don't want to say demonic, but how do I want to say this? The difference between like a Mormon cult, which is still probably really bad. I don't know. I don't want to talk bad about nobody's views and things that are said on this channel are not expressed by us or something or another. Explicit content. We apologize in advance.
Yeah, but they got a bone. I mean, come on.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Though? This is
disclaimer.
Yeah. I apologize to anyone if I offend them.
It's definitely weird cult.
But this isn't like what I would think of as a norm. Not that there's any cult that is normal, but this seems like a darker cult or dark. How am I trying to phrase this? Sounds terrible no matter how I phrase it.
No, it's just deep all the way to the level of religious.
Oh, come on. Lottie's cult was so normal. They got to make honey. They got to do all sorts of. They got to wear purple.
I know my friend that watches Mayfair Witches. I saw her the other day, and she had on purple, and I'm just like, and she watches Yellow Jackets. So I'm like, you did that on purpose? She's like, yeah. I'm like, you're crazy. And just on a side note, she stopped watching that Mayfair as well.
Yeah, I haven't finished. I apologize.
So that's just a side note thing.
And these were the other things, right? Like we've seen these for the Verb, the Wiles.
Yeah.
We got Vision.
How many of those things? Like 9? I forget what they call it.
Relevant, yeah, the 9. She said it. Yeah, that's what she told them. That's what she said about the mom, right? Like if she had only like trusted or believed in the 9, she
Yeah.
wouldn't have so much pain or something like that.
Yeah.
I got to get better pictures because I can't quite read.
Oh, it's just all cult stuff, weird stuff.
Does that? I swear it says play. I ascend the. Oh shit! I can't read. It's blurry.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I could read that better. I'm gonna have to get some better screenshots of that and see if we can't get some better angles because I want. It's very curious.
You need that NCIS level computers.
I know it says play. It's like play my hand. I can read like every other word, and then we'll just CSI that shit together, figure it out. It's benevolence. All right, yeah, they're showing us a lot. Let's see what you guys are saying. I'm so sorry, and welcome, Miss Susie. She says, I found so much artwork and history of cherubs on goats because of that. Oh, you went deep diving into this one over here? Yeah, Data peeped it. She peeped it too. What did you find? Let's see. Which is so funny because people always saying goats are like the devil or something. Yeah, well, look at old Christian art. Ha ha ha. Yeah, for sure. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Fletcher says, do you think they're actually on Earth? Don't the outside world feel odd? The inhabited town where Mark's house is, Salt's Neck, the greatest waterfall of this planet, really, I don't know, feels odd. And I know, James, you've even talked about that, and Dana, we've all kind of mentioned it as we've gone through the season. Like, where is this located in this history, in this in this reality, so to speak? Like, is in our actual reality or some alternate reality? And I still don't know because they still haven't given us anything outside of Lumen's grasp, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's hard to say right now.
It's like we haven't seen a big city. We haven't seen like anything that's not somewhat under Lumen's control.
Because
So
even
it's
when
like
we see Mark out, right, and you see the
Huge
little
American.
protest groups,
Right.
it still very much so seems like Lumen is still kind of controlling the media on that aspect. Like, it's, yeah, we're letting you think your protest is working, but really you don't have any control.
Yeah, and he used American cash at the diner, but I'm thinking, could PE be like maybe a little island or something up north in Canada way? You know, something. It's not the mainland, and Lumen kind of runs the island per se.
yeah, it's like we've seen a quote unquote senator, but we really haven't seen a government. Like we haven't seen cops or anything that resembles like a normal society. Especially with like the technology being so 50-50. Like we see advanced technology when it comes to some stuff just within Lumen, but then everybody else seems to have like outdated technology, from the cars to the payphone to so we've seen the inside of Mark's house. I didn't see like a TV. Like nobody, we're in such a digital age. Like even the kids at what's his name's house, they were watching like old timey cartoons on like a older TV. It's like
Right.
I don't it's I don't like I don't know where to place this society. Like, are we in normal time? Are we in a future of some kind? Like I don't know where. It's so scattered that I don't know where to place it.
Right. It does seem like it could be an island, and it is normal time, and the rest of the world possibly even is like we are today, high tech. But it's like that one M. Night movie where he everybody were like back in the 1800s or whatever, and now times. I forgot the name of that movie, but this this island is the only place that's and its inhabitants.
Well, how big is it though? Because they do show a global map at one point where and it looks like our global map essentially, right? When they come back after the rise of MDR or something. One of those episodes, they're showing like where all the different
Factories are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the animation even maybe or a map something. Yeah. Yeah,
So
so
that confuses it even further because I believe even
yeah.
some of the people they grabbed before Mark got his crew back were people from these random locations around
Right.
the quote unquote world.
Right.
So it could be like you're I don't know if they're on an island and they're just portraying it like they're all over the place. But then it seems like the people who came in actually came from like geographically different locations.
Right,
Which
for sure.
not to say they couldn't do it with technology and kind of make a place like that.
Yeah. I forget about that. You're right. Those 4 people they brought in, that really opened up because it did seem like they were geographically brought in, like they were different people, except those 2 that came from the same place.
It just muddies the waters. So I don't know what the hell is going on.
Good point.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's like you saying, James. It's it's set on the Earth and geographically the way like the Earth and all of our continents are set up, but maybe something timeline wise happened where technology is not to the same point that we're at for whatever reason, and that's why this company has been allowed to get away with what it's been allowed to get away with, right? Because to have that sort of technology and the way she was talking about the coding and stuff like that, for the rest of the world to seemingly not just have access to that, to even a fraction of that technology, is very kind of questionable.
Yeah, that's why I was asking about the bomb, because in the back of my head I keep thinking apocalyptic something, and I keep looking for any clue just because that theory is still kind of hanging back there.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what event, whether it be a war, the loss or win of a war differently, something apocalyptic like a nuclear war or something like that, or catastrophe. Maybe it was a war and it was just some type of catastrophe, but so many questions still.
Right. And the teacher in the house has come through. She's going to re-educate us on, Miss Jen, the teacher, on the 9 principles of Kier Egan, which are vision, verve, wit, cheer, humility, benevolence, nimbleness, probity. Oh gosh, I'd say she's got to teach me how to pronounce it as well, and wiles. So those are the cards that we see here. This is 9 principles. So you got your tempers, you got to control that, and then these are the principles to live by, or also to keep control over, something like that. But yeah, so there we go. We got them. We got the teacher letting us know, educating us, keeping us up to date on all things Severance and Kier related cult-like things. But yes, goats are the devil. Dark elf, indeed.
That's why she's our favorite teacher.
Yes, she is.
And she did that stone. That makes her even more awesome.
Well, she is a teacher, and United States. You are in the United States, right, Jen, the teacher? I forget. We have so many people from all over. But if you are, I was going to say, well, that's because she's a United States public education. What more did you expect, Dana? There's smart ones out
maybe
there.
Maybe I would have learned more if I had your type of teacher.
I know that's the teachers that we need more of in the public education system. Yeah, there you go. What's up, BK? Glad to see you hanging out tonight. Oh, and what's up, Billy? Glad to see you hanging out as well. Hope you're having a good Friday night. It says, fuck yes, I'm high as hell. From New York. I mean, shit. Well, hell yeah. Yeah, Dana, see, you needed her when you were coming up. I mean, she's from New York.
Right?
See, it's perfect. And yes, cults are bad. Okay.
I knew there was something about her. A fellow New Yorker. See, we're
Mhm.
bonding, Jen. We're bonding.
Yeah, how about that? Let's see what else we got. I know I've missed a few things. Let's see. Miss Susie says, I think it's meant to have that 80s vibe just because that's when corporate tech started to become such a huge influence in this weird way of workplaces. Okay, I can see that. She says, I'm a frolaholic. Oh my goodness. Well, you got to get control of that, Susie. Control of that temper. We shall not have frolic and shit. What, Miss Jen, what were the tempers again? We got woe. Frolic was one, right? Or is that like, when you're trying to name a continent and you name a country? We're not doing that. I'm not going to embarrass ourselves. Like, at least if we don't know what's going on in the TV show, it's okay. It's not real, but I'm not going to embarrass ourselves and actually try to figure out if we know.
My worst fear is like being stopped by one of those whatever people on the
Yes.
street
Do
who
you know that?
just want to ask me random fucking questions, and I'm gonna look like such an idiot because I'm just gonna I'm gonna answer them all stupidly or wrong. Like, yeah, that's like my worst fear.
It's hard when you put on the spot. I mean, it's when the little
Right?
red
Then you
recording
forget
light comes
everything.
on.
Who is the first president? What? Huh?
Hmm.
They'd like see the teacher comes through. Awesome teacher. She answers our questions and she understands that we may not be the smartest kid in the class. It's okay. She still loves us. She told us we have for our 4 tempers: woe, frolic, dread, and malice. So yes, gotta get control of those people. That's right, Fletcher. The 4 tempers of Kier. But yeah, Daddy, sometimes we do dread what Paramount and some of these other networks may do to us. But we still frolic and have fun. And then
Yes, we do.
we try not to do malice. But sometimes there's a lot of woe. And, it just happens sometimes. I'm hoping not with the computer though. That with the build shall have no woe or dread or
I
malice.
know, and we might actually be able to actually start doing watch parties
Dun,
again.
dun, dun. That's right, folks. I said there's so much going on. You guys know I'm terrible at remembering anything. But yes, that's right. We tested it out. We think we might be getting ready to do. We have it. We really want to get into Yellow Jackets because there's so much of it. So we're thinking about setting up some Yellow Jacket watch parties and starting all the way over. I don't know how we're going to do it yet. If we want to wait to just go ahead and finish out the season, or if we want to go ahead and start on it here in the next couple of weeks. I hadn't decided yet. Stay tuned.
Yes, it actually worked this time, BK. It worked.
And so far, fingers crossed, knocked on wood, throw the salt, light the sage,
Yes.
and
I
it
didn't have
shall
to
be done.
message BK in a panic, like, what do I do? I need your help.
I know. Like, see, you're figuring things out, Dana.
So what do you do if you don't want to waste the salt and sage burns your eyes?
Holy water?
What I do? What I do with it?
Not sure exactly. I will leave that up to those who know
Drink
how to
it.
use it
Drink
properly.
it.
Aren't you supposed to put on
Put
your
it in
finger
a
and make
mixed
like a
drink.
cross on like certain points of the house?
Oh, not like a mixed drink then, huh?
No. That's only if we're trying to find out if you're evil.
Oh, see, I thought the sage burning the eyes. We already kind of figured that out.
Wait, who did I say the name of? What did I do? Shit.
What?
I don't know. Dark Elf said, I said, who shall not be named? Whose name did I say?
Just
Oh,
don't say
no.
it again.
I don't know whose name I said.
I'm so lost on
Me
what
too.
they're
I'm
trying to
like, you totally derailed me and made me just like, I'll shut up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Funny.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I will not say another name tonight. You heard it, guys. I can't say nobody's name for the rest of the night. I'm just highlighting and reading. I can't even say the name. I'm scared I'm going to say the wrong name. I love Lost too. Mystery
Yes.
person in the
Yes.
chat whose name I
You know
can't
I
say
love
anymore.
Lost. Big C. I'm still so
I don't
fucking
know
lost.
either. You know what? We're just
And
gonna let it go, Data. Because I don't. At this point, I don't know if I want to know anymore. I'm so scared. We're not asking any more questions because we don't want no more answers on that subject. Whatever. I have no idea. I gotta get back on the episode. We hadn't talked about this part yet. Yeah, all right. We hit on it a little bit. And how sad, Miss Cobell's journey back through her childhood has been. But it was interesting. Yeah, I feel my heart goes out for her as a character, but it's still a little bit creepy.
that was weird as shit.
Just type it, and the noise she made kind of made it creepy, or just a little. I cannot make the noise that she made, or I refuse to. But it was of a sea creature, a walrus, sea lion. Help me out, guys. The silence makes me sound worse. I just sound like a horrible person right now.
I was just waiting for you to try to recreate it.
I'm not going to recreate that sound. No.
I mean, give it a try. Come on.
No. No, we're of the equal rights, opportunities, and such. Gentlemen first.
Oh no! I'll go with what Vic said. Well sounds.
Well sounds. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not making that sound. Feel free. Dane's just back there snickering, like, yeah, I ain't saying shit. She did. Like, I didn't want to be mean, but it was. I've heard some people crying before. That was interesting. Wailing that she was doing.
Yeah, she was like
wailing.
Pulling air in from the breathe tube thing or something weird.
Yeah, she hooked it up, but it wasn't like on. And
it was still weird.
I wonder if it
was still
freaking
weird.
Mom's last breath still like maybe stuck in the machine or something. I don't know.
I mean, of course, she's just, it was sad. It was really sad because she's just, nobody's been back in that room, and that she didn't get to say goodbye. I don't even know if she got to go back to the house when her mom died. So maybe this was her kind of way of just closure in a sense.
I wonder if there was ether, like when she plugged it in, would she be able to suck in ether?
I don't know if that's what was in here, was it? I thought this was legit oxygen.
Yeah.
So did I.
I was just asking.
Now that you say that, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, given that the whole town is fucking.
She fell asleep immediately.
Sniffing that shit.
It's possible she did, but she was making some weird ass sound. But she was crying. The other time she took it, she was all happy. Was there like an upper and a downer or something that we don't know about here? And one makes you happy, the other makes you sad.
Well, I think she was crying because of her mom and breaking down and just I don't know. And
yeah. I just thought maybe the sauce made you extra happy, like to not give a shit.
Right.
Maybe I misread that. I don't know.
No. I was just a question, and I think it makes more sense that it wasn't. But
it could have been. I don't know now. Damn it! Now I'm quite.
Nah, it makes more sense that it.
No, that's a breathing machine.
Yeah.
No, not yet. Yeah, we're good. We're back right.
Too many rabbit holes. Too many rabbit holes we can go down for sure.
Let's not beat a dead horse. Yes. We will. We love to do that here. We will look at the weirdest of pictures, BK, and we will analyze it for 30 minutes if we so choose.
Right? And he's acting like he doesn't do that right with us and feeds us stuff to like look at. He'll be like, did you see this? Did you see this? Did you check this out? Did you see this? So if anything, BK, you're one of our dealers when it comes to looking at this stuff. Haha.
Yeah, she slept. She stayed there all day.
That's sad.
And then I don't know, I can't remember where they're filming at, but I swear it's nighttime. It makes me think they're like in Alaska or somewhere in Canada or something where like you still see, or maybe it's just the time of night it is. It made me think that they was still getting daylight when they shouldn't have daylight. I don't know. I was tripping on it. Maybe I was high. I don't know. There was something trippy about the light for me. Because I was trying to figure out where the hell they're located at. So
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
I think they did film on the eastern side.
Filmed in
up
this
near
town is an
Canada.
actual legit town in
Yeah.
Newfoundland.
Newfoundland, yeah.
Okay, well,
That's
all
right.
right.
That's right.
And it was
But-
like
I
it
don't know
was
if that's
a
where they
factory
meant it.
town that was abandoned.
Yeah, I don't know if that's, of course, in the show, they
Yeah.
could still say it's Russia or something.
Mhm.
But he's using American money, so that, all those little clues, we still just don't know.
I know. I'm still trying to suss it out. I don't know. When we look at stuff, then it kind of makes you change your mind a little bit and go back and forth. But yeah, she woke up and he's like, "Nah, it's all good. She just didn't like me in the house." How you doing? Find what you was looking for? Nope, not at all. And I was wondering, like when y'all were watching, what did y'all think she was looking for? Because I had no idea. I'm sitting here thinking, when she went in the room, it was going to be this big reveal. I'm like, what the hell is this woman looking for? I had no idea it was going to be the Notebook. What about you guys?
Yeah,
what did y'all think?
I'm still pretty shocked that she's the one who invented all of this, or at least just the Severance stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because we honestly don't know what else Lumen has their hands in. We
Right.
just know that this is one piece of Lumen.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be anything like what it showed us. For
Right.
sure.
Because I thought it was going to be something maybe from her mom. But then to see what it was, I was like, oh, well, she was hell bent on getting in the room to her mama's. I thought she was going to have something, of course, we did kind of get to see that with the breathing apparatus getting hooked back in there, but she was looking for an item. So I'm thinking, like, what the hell is she going to find that's from her mom? Well, that was, maybe the chip, her mom's, because we kind of thought maybe she was keeping her mom was severed, so she had the chip or whatever.
Yeah.
And
She
she'd
was
been
looking
saving.
for her stuff, first, and the lady said she sold it to the poor, which is crazy thing to say.
Yeah, it was mean.
But she was looking for her stuff, I guess, that head, and she was like, when she kissed the guy or something, she's like,
Hold my
she
head.
wouldn't have thrown it away, and that's when she went to that
Yes.
cellar thing and found it, the head. Like, she wouldn't have thrown that head away because that's the man, that's the man that she
Mhm.
worships. So she wouldn't have thrown that away. So she's like, yeah, she would have put it out in the cellar. And the mom thing, I think, ended up being just, you could almost say, a side story of hers to the main story of getting the Notebook.
Mm-hmm.
You can see, dude, I don't know if it's the same head, but that dude's holding the head, and I think that's James. I guess he's giving it to her. That's James Egan, and that's that Wintertide Fellowship thing. And that was that picture of him presenting it to her.
They called it Year of the Wilds as in one of their principles.
Yeah, and that plaque said "Year of the Vision" or something. Year of Vision is which
one of the
that Sissy won her thing.
and thanks to our teacher in the house, Miss Jen. We know now that is also one of our.
I like what Golden Child says. It gives cadence to her telling Helena that you fear me. And I really do think that if she it did create this and it gets out that she is the creator, Like, do you think that will be the downfall of Kier, or that, like, since she is the creator of this massive part of Lumen, that she really has more power within it?
Well,
Maybe.
if, the super genius thing makes me kind of think of like some of the Marvel stories, and a lot of the super geniuses, other than that, are villains. I mean, you have like the Tony Stark Iron Man thing. He's a super genius, but he's a good guy. But then you have a lot of the villains are actually super geniuses. So
Mm-hmm.
it could almost go either way with Harmony. Maybe she started out with good intentions toward the cult, but maybe I don't know. I
I
like the
don't know where
way
they're
I
gonna
like
do
the way
it.
you're going with it, Dana, with the power thing, but I could see it going that other way as well. That she sees that I've created a weapon that they're using for mass destruction, and I need to somehow take it out. Even though it's my baby, I got to figure out a way to take it down.
But does she really seem like she's trying to take it down or take it back?
I
I
don't.
I think take it back.
Back. I guess more. I guess. Yeah.
Because she didn't really seem too upset with the Egans until she found out she was no longer going to be particularly working on the severed floor. Like, yeah, she was going to be in some bullshit position, part of the severed program, but not really part of it. And she was like, no, 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 no. You're not, you're not taking me away from this. Like, Milchek can't do this. Only I can. And now we see kind of why she was so intently
Yeah.
wanting to keep
Yeah.
that job.
Yeah, and see it through the Cold Harbor finish.
Mm-hmm. So again, she still very much so cares about Mark. So I don't know if if she wants to know everything now, will she undermine the Egans possibly? Because again, there's the Egans, right, and then the board, which we don't know about, and they were keeping stuff from the elder Egan or whoever's left, and not telling him certain things, but the board understood things. So maybe that's why Miss Cobell wanted to speak to the board, and then when dude kind of stepped up on her, she was like, wait a minute, I don't know, y'all ain't gonna fucking trap my ass. I don't know. Like, she
That's
wants
what
to
it
get
seemed
to the
like.
board instead of going through the Egans. So maybe Jen and Dana's right. She gonna go for that power play.
Could be.
You gotta you gotta get
And
them stockholders.
and I was like, please, Devin, don't really call her. Regabi said, but as we found out, she did, and they did talk. And now Mark's on the phone, so that's going to be interesting going forward, man, for sure.
Well, now it makes if she is the creator of this, she's probably going to know about like the reintegration part of it as well.
Maybe, and maybe she had different intentions for it, and Lumen kind of, took that part out or something. Like, we don't want them to reintegrate. They
Corrupted
won't be
it
slaves.
somehow.
Yeah.
Well, she seemed to know, or to, like, when they were like, no, it's not possible back in season 1, she was like, she knew what was going on, right? She pretty much followed and found Petey and was like, nah, I need the chip to see what like, she knew something happened to the chip. So it makes me like think, like, yes, she might have known there was always a way to reintegrate, or it was always a possibility, no matter what they said about it being foolproof. Of course, yeah, it's foolproof until somebody learns how to hack it, because she talked about coding and stuff like that. So I'm guessing she knew there was a possible way to. But then she seemed to think that, yeah, why haven't you, he hasn't died yet, Mark. So she knows it's not necessarily an easy fix, because I don't know if anybody's been successfully reintegrated yet.
Maybe.
Talking it through, not sure where I'm going with that, but you have some thoughts, more questions.
So with two episodes left, what are you guys hoping for? Because as you know, like I'm borderline with this show. I don't hate it, but I'm not like, oh, this is amazing. So I'm curious to see what you guys would like to see within the last 2 episodes.
Let's see. Thinking that she's heading back. Mark's on the table, so to speak. Kind of. We don't know what his condition is yet. Cold Harbor is essentially going to possibly be finished, but with Mark's reintegration, that put a snag in it. And they're going to want to know what's up with that. Miss Cobell coming back. I imagine all parties are about to meet heads in some regard. There's going to be a clashing amongst our cast here, or at least the main cast. And I want to know if we're going to have a baby out of this by the end of the season. Is our girl pregnant or not? And will Gemma get to come up out of the elevator and run into Mark while Milchick's playing with paper clips or something? That's what I got. That's all I got.
At the rate, I think we've said it maybe more than once that, wow, this seems like something that would have been later in the season or finale, or wow, they're giving us this already and things like that. At the rate they're doing that, I would almost say that with what we got this episode with Miss Cobell and what she knows, and she's on the phone with Mark now, and he's reintegrated, we think possibly fully.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on if Lumen knows, if Drummond knows how much he knows is happening. And if they don't know a lot, then Cobell and Mark and Ragabi and even Irving, Audi, and a lot of things could start going into play and getting Gemma out. And I'm thinking at the rate they're going, they may get Gemma out by the end of the season, but wouldn't that screw everything up and end the story? I don't know. Like you say, Cold Harbor, maybe Cobell influences Mark and says, look, this is what Cold Harbor is. This is why you need to finish it. We don't need to stop. We don't need to take down Lumen or get Gemma out right now. It would destroy everything. It would ruin the whole thing. And you need to finish Cold Harbor,
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's crazy.
I know. I don't know. What are you looking forward to, Dana?
I personally really want to see what happens with Mark. Like, is whatever he's going through actually going to work? But I also have just this sinking feeling in my gut, somebody's gonna die. I think we're gonna get a death this finale. I just don't know who, because shows need that every so often. You need that kind of death to see to move the story. So I'm wondering if we're gonna get a major death this season.
And will it be Gemma?
It's still on the table. See, Miss Susie says, I would like to find out if Gemma chose to go into the program. Clarified. Yes. Did they just straight up kidnap her? Or did she sign up in some way?
She kind of sort of signed up in some kind of way, but not in the kind of way where we're going to fake your death and steal you, and the world will think you're dead, but we really have you as a slave on level 4 or whatever. I mean,
well, look at how broken Mark is now over Gemma, like her death. He was so broken, he chose to sever himself. Could you imagine if he gets Gemma back only to really watch her die this time?
Or to have her say, hey, I chose to do this, but it doesn't seem like that's the case because it's shown us she's trying to escape, during that one state before she goes into any of the rooms, she's Gemma. Wanting to see Mark. So I think if he showed up, said, let's get the hell out of here, I think they would.
I know. I can't wait to see, though.
But now that also scares me because we've seen the programs they have on on these chips, and we saw the one that said kill or whatever. If she tries to escape or does escape, who's to say one of them just doesn't push the button and her brain friggin' explodes or something?
Yeah, yeah. They still have the chip in them, and the control center is still at Lumen. So that's the big reason why they can't necessarily just do it sporadically. With Cobell's help, and hopefully she'll guide them. Like, okay, we got to do this right and finish Cold Harbor, and then this is what we can do, and more like take down the company and gain control. Maybe, as Dana says, even power, gain the power back, even if it's not over the whole Lumen company, over the control system for the severed employees.
Now, going back to even as Miss Cobell severed, you would think they would have the power to do something to her, right? All this time that she's been gone, going off, and they're trying to find her. Couldn't they just put her in one of those?
If she's severed, unless she's severed with we were saying maybe she was the first one and it didn't have, but the way her notebook said that it did, even the first one would have had all those contingencies. So
that's what makes me lean more towards that she is not severed.
Which is weird that her name was in the
maybe it was just a misdirection.
But now, did we see her first and last name or just Cobell?
I believe her first and last name, but I'd have to go back and double check that.
Because now we've been introduced to a new Cobell. What if this Cobell Sissy is severed?
I want to say it said her first name with it, but I don't know for a fact.
And it may have been a misdirection, like you say. So that's good. It's hard to say, but also on top of that, if she is, then it does seem like they would have power over her.
Right? Because they would just be able to push that kill switch. Like she wouldn't have been able to get this far. Because if she's always being watched and followed and everything like that, and she was such like a threat to Lumen, come on, you really don't think they're going to push that button?
Right?
So that's why I really think she's not severed.
That, or they were trying to get, whatever, the book or something from her. Maybe she still has something they need that only she knows. I don't know. See, Bill Chill says he still would he says, I want to see the rise of Cobell for the end of the season. Nice. She shall rise and take over all of Lumen. To be her dynasty. Golden Child says, is the elimination of an innie or outie persona considered a death? Oh, there you go. Is that considered one of your big deaths for the season? We had 2.
Now, here's my question feeding off that. If the innie, quote unquote, dies, the outie still gets to live. But if the outie dies, can the innie still live? But no, right? Because the outie is the main, person.
Mm-hmm.
So, if and I'm talking about brain function wise, if something happens to the outie, could you just flip that switch and, then the innie just permanently takes over?
If you never switch it back. I think that's what Dylan's wife wants to happen to Dylan. Can you just kind of, let his innie come home one night?
That's so mean.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Just saying. And what is up, Robert Sanders? Glad to see you hanging out. I'm sorry, excuse me. Just popping in to show support. I finally almost caught up with everyone on Severance, and I am only 1 episode behind you. Oh, nice, hun. We cannot wait to hear all of your thoughts and theories on this show. And
yes,
you've got to pick your brain, Robert. We're ready when you are.
Yes. I feel like this show is right up his alley.
Mm-hmm. A lot of weird things. Robert says, I mentioned this to Jeremy, but the parallels to Scientology are innumerable. I put together a list of Kier Egan quotes, and they match L. Ron Hubbard of Scientology. Ooh. Ooh.
I know,
Nice.
right? A Robert Saunders severance list. I
I
am
can't
very
wait
much
to see it.
interested.
Definitely put it in the Fever Discord, and we'll check it out. We'll let everyone know about it. You could come on stream and tell us all about it. You know, you are most welcome anytime. See what else we got. All right, Miss Susie says, hear me out. If Cobell created Glasgow and the overtime contingency tech, I'm sure she installed some kind of failsafe on herself too. And that is a possibility. I mean,
Very
that's.
much. But
Mm-hmm.
Lumen is so fucked up that I wouldn't be surprised if they fucking like somehow forced her to be like the original like guinea pig, so to speak, and did some shit, and maybe she didn't have time to put those contingencies into place. So I'm really really thinking that she is not severed.
Mm-hmm. I still don't know. Like, I go back and forth because I'm like, well, she created it now, so she would be able to do whatever she wanted with it. If she knew how to do that at the time, would they let her? Would she do it? And then again, if she's not, I mean, if she is severed, then why have they not used it on her? But I mean, it's a good point
Exactly.
that she could have put in fail safes. I mean, this was high technology to begin with. She was the only one that understood the coding necessarily. Like, she created it, so I mean, it's possible that, I mean, she had enough knowledge to do that. It's possible she could have put in fail safes in that particular chip. I would say still very possible. Like I said, I don't know. I'm still on the fence. Don't know where I fully stand on the matter. Susie hooked up her microphone, y'all. She's ready. She's ready to talk. Let everybody know how she feels.
There we go.
Yeah, if she knew enough about the technology, it's very possible she could have. Let's see. What else? Oh, I almost forgot. I love this part at the end of the episode. I really did. I like this guy because he just straight up let these people know. Tame. How did he say it? Shit. He was like, tame these tempers, assholes. Yeah. Let him know he's ready to let the company have all his frustrations. Let his girl go. Take my truck, babe. I got this.
Man, just leaving me out here in the cold.
Right, with old creepy ass cult lady. She's all peeking out the window and shit. Like, she knew what was coming. She's like, I'm not going to bear witness to what's about to happen to you when this car catches up and you don't get out the road. I'm assuming I don't know, taken, hit by the car. I don't know.
We'll see him on the severed floor.
Right. I
Oh,
was gonna say, if anything, like if he is a connection to her and something she cares about and they're trying to get to her, I would see them taking him and using him against her.
mm-hmm.
Like, we got him, we have him, like, either you come back here, we're gonna kill him, or force him to be set. Like, I don't know. But if they find out that he is actually something that she cares about and they want her right now, I feel bad for him. He's so gonna be used.
Right. And not looking
Lumen ain't gonna
good.
give a shit.
Oh, no, they don't.
I still don't know like what their end all be all is. Like, I guess I kind of get what they're doing with Gemma, in the sense of, if you can like flip a switch and anything that would be harmful, fear, pain, or whatever, you can make your innie kind of deal with it compared to yourself. But wouldn't there still be backlash? Because eventually you're going to have to become your outie again. And if something painful happened to your any, like, remember when Gemma walked out of the room and she's like, my mouth is sore? Like, it's not taking away all of it. So I still think there's something bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still a mystery as to why they're going through all this, especially with how far they're taking it downstairs under where the elevator goes in the testing room with Gemma. That's
Yes,
it. That's a
thank you
lot.
for coming, Robert. We will be back next Friday, and you could come and share all your glorious, brainy ideas and stuff with us.
Yes, hun. Have an awesome night, and we look forward to hearing all of your thoughts and theories on this season and Severance as a whole. See where the rabbit holes have taken you, and all of the craziness. Yeah, I know you got your tinfoil hat on, and I can't wait to see the list.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Scarlett may be right. Helena may, like the finale, may be her telling Mark she's pregnant or something like that. I don't know if we'll see her have the baby or something if they do a time jump, but that definitely could happen because of the intro.
Right.
But, their end goal could be what seems like, look, everybody gets severed and the doors to every business and possibly even your home can have a different effect, like turn you into another piece of your mind where you don't have to worry about it in your unsevered life.
Mm-hmm.
And it be a product and they try to sell it to the world, even though it, theoretically makes a whole bunch of women slaves of everyone. But it seems like Gemma is the test of the product. It's why she's going in these different rooms and stuff. Maybe. And
Maybe.
it's all bad experiences.
Yeah, they all seem to be something that most people relate to as a bad experience. People scared to go on airplanes, the dentists, holidays. Like, it was just like the worst thing that we think of as adults to deal with sometimes, or other fears that people have.
Yeah. Oh, I got to sign 350 holiday cards. Let me turn on another piece of my mind and just, I wake up and it's done. It's finished. Job over. I didn't even know I did it.
It's so hard though, because then they're still having to balance the tempers, right? Because I'm assuming the tempers that they're balancing are the ones in the rooms, possibly, or so that they don't remember it when they come back out. Because that person that's still inside of there, the version of themselves that's still going through that, she still remembers it, right? Like it's yesterday. Like that wasn't 6 months ago. I was just here yesterday.
Right.
And they was not very happy. Remember, what did it say? Like she broke his fingers one time?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what do you do with that version of the person, right? Like, okay, the outside, the outie, essentially, possibly mentally is sound from not having to remember whatever the traumatic or terrifying event is that they don't wish to remember, but part of them still will. And that part, especially if they're breaking it up the way Jim is being broken down into all these different scenarios of stuff that she's having to go through, like that's got to be fucked up, man.
Yeah, because eventually, they might not have had too many problems in the first several sessions of the dentist, but by a certain time, the any part is like, damn, I just left here and now I'm back again, and I'm getting tired of this crap. So they start getting issues arise after long-term use.
And we even see that with those on the severed floor a little bit, right? Because once they start questioning things or certain events happen that for them are, traumatic to a certain degree, they no longer, it's like they can't forget it. They're not robots. They don't just move on from it. It's still like, that's all they know. And it didn't seem like they was all very, like, what was it once, what, I forgot his name. The one that has the family.
Dylan.
Dylan.
Like, yeah, when they accidentally, he got to see his son during the overtime contingency. And it kind of shattered him a little bit. He wasn't very happy to like just see it and then take it away. You can't ask any questions. It's best not to even talk about it. He's like, well, you can't just. I'm not a robot. And even with Gemma, her seemingly having to just, oh, nobody likes the dentist. Nope. It's okay. Just open your mouth. You got to go through this. Like, doesn't matter if you don't like it or not. You're still going through it.
Mm-hmm.
That is heartbreaking. That's sad. Yeah, so being severed is not all it's cracked up to be, folks. There's a side of you that will pay. That's sad. Very, very sad. So let's see what else we got on this episode. But yeah, she was definitely feeling the happy juice. That was for sure. They had a good old time hanging out. He laughed very hysterically, and she was just like, oh, I haven't done this since I was, like 9 or some shit like that?
Like, I think she said 8.
8.
I was like, damn.
They was giving that sauce early to them kids.
He sure was.
Working 10 hours in the factory. But she can think here that she had a job at 8 years old. That's some job security right there. Just saying. And I guess some of the houses didn't look so bad. Like this one didn't look as bad. Even the inside was a little raggedy.
2 episodes left. Well, are they short? Do we know, are they as short as this episode?
I'm not sure. I did not look.
I think they're more normal length.
Okay.
But don't quote me on that.
I did not go look. I'm not completely sure. See, Miss Susie is typing up. So let me see. She says, I'm pretty sure it's just a metaphor for like the old oracles, often inbred folks way back the way. And like taming Dieter is like his addition to
Diethyl ether. That's the name of the. That's actually the name of the episode.
Serum. Oh, okay. So that's what they were taking. Means. Okay.
So diethyl, that's how you say it, ether, and she's using the DIET and ER as Dieter. That he was fighting his Dieter addiction in the woods, or something, maybe.
Maybe. I like to play on words, so even though I can't read, but you did really good.
Yeah, but I think it is his inner demon. His, like, I don't think Dieter was a real person. It was like his other self, or his what he thought was his bad side, or whatever.
Because they showed the twins, right? Like even with Mark and them, like we know that they don't have a twin, but they showed a version of themselves the same way as Dieter. Your twin is always with you. Susie says the last episode is something like 75 minutes, I think. Oh, okay. Not too bad, not too bad.
Oh, the next episode is 44 minutes, and it's called The After Hours. But I do not see a time for the length for the finale.
Okay, so we get about a normal-ish time on the next episode. Does it sound bad? Sounding pretty good. Again, like I said, this episode, I still give us. I give it an 8 for the fact that what we get to know about the company and how it's confirming sort of a few things and revealing. I mean, the big reveal about Miss Cobell and her connection to the company, I think, is pretty big to set us up for why a lot of the stuff's going on. Even like when you're talking about the intro, right? And you see Miss Cobell and the book closing and all that. Well, this is her story. This is her baby. This is all about her and her connection to the company. And of course, Mark and Gemma as part of her project.
Mm-hmm. And that's, makes sense with the book and her face and why she's so big in the ending of the intro.
Yes.
She's gonna play a big part in these last few episodes.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at it as a timeline, the intro as a timeline.
Right. And we still get to see the baby at the end, right? So we still might see the baby.
Yeah. So she either has it or she comes to Mark and says, "Hey, honey, we're expecting."
Well, she did want him to go see Daddy. He was like, "Yeah, Dad would love to meet you."
Yeah, I wonder if that's the day she found out she was pregnant. That's why she showed up there like she was just giddy, like, ooh.
Right? Like, it was weird that she showed up there because they didn't need her to be there to talk to Mark. Because seemingly it actually sent him to want to be further reintegrated. Otherwise, he was kind of in between. And then after talking to her, he's like, "Nah, I'm getting the hell. They coming out. I'm getting my girl back. We getting the hell out of here. They playing too much." And to see, like, again, why would you want to take him to Daddy, or why would Daddy even care to see Mark at this stage? Because he's not the most important one out of the two, is he? Other than to get the project done, of course. But it seemed like Gemma's, I don't know which one's more important. I would say Gemma's more important to a degree, like almost like, because after the project's done, it's the data from Gemma that's important. Mark may or may be tossed aside, not deleted, but he, it's whatever.
Yeah, I think that's what may happen to Gemma after the project's over. They can't say, I don't know, maybe they will, but that's the whole thing about the car wreck. To me, it looks like they faked her death, stole her, kidnapped her, or whatever. And because she did rate well on all those things they were sending her, the little cards and stuff like that, stuff she was filling out above and beyond the fertility stuff, right? And so they were like, hey, like Miss Cobell was gifted, they look at her and be like, oh, she's gifted, but in such a way that she needs to be in this position on the severed floor or whatever. And so they fake her death and kidnap her, and that's wrong. So when they're through with her, it just doesn't seem like they're going to say, oh, hey, world, by the way, we faked this chick's death and kidnapped her and shit, but we got this awesome product out of the deal. So you'll forgive us, right? She's still going to be dead. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to bring her back to life. I mean, that would make them look bad as a company. I mean, they would have to cover it up. They're just going to come out with their new product.
Now, I wonder how they're going to work that, because, I mean, what you're saying is absolutely correct, and you would think there's no way to cover that up or even sway it, change the story, try to make it look better. I don't know how they would even pull that off, but, I mean...
Gemma just is in a bad spot.
She's a little bit.
If
but again, I don't see Mark being as valuable after this.
Right.
Maybe he is still valuable just as a common drone.
Or a daddy.
But that's what I'm saying. So otherwise he don't have too much value after that. So you might want to be glad he had a little bit of time with.
Yeah, I think she likes him though. I think he'll stick around. It's definitely Gemma. Like if he can rescue Gemma, even if he does finish Cold Harbor, he would have to rescue her.
Mm-hmm.
Like right after that, because I think they have a plan to, unless that weird doctor keeps her, like, I'm just going to pretend I go and put her in the furnace, but I'm going to kind of keep her in this other room over here and play Christmas sweater.
Mm-hmm. He's a little creepy. a little tiny creepy. But then again, that is on brand for the company. Dark Elf says she doesn't seem kidnapped in the hallway. She seems like someone who wanted to do something but changed their mind along the way. Yeah, and again, I don't know if she did or not because she was taking all this tests. She seemed stressed about it, but like she was into it. But why she would, I mean, unless for some reason she thought this was something that was noble, but then maybe, of course, she thought maybe they told her she could still spend time with her husband or something. But then once they got her, it was like, sorry. You'll get to see him soon. You'll get to see him, then 2
but
months later, 3.
once they got her, they'd already kidnapped her, and
Mhm.
Mark was devastated. So she never told Mark about it or anything. It just seems like she took the test. She rated high for them. She didn't know maybe what she was rating high on, or something. And they just said, she's the one, do it. Make the call. Crash her car, steal her, kidnap her,
Right? I don't know, man. That is something they do need to clarify for us. It's exactly what happened after the supposedly car wreck. And did they just straight snatch her up, or was she somewhat of a willing participant? What did they tell her to convince her if she was willing?
Yeah. It could go both ways for sure.
Still a lot of good questions.
Depending on how it plays out.
And the rock. I forgot all about the rock the lady was holding. Creepy. It's Kier's face, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's weird.
That was creepy. The hell is up with that? I mean, other than just, weird cult worshiping shit. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, how do you guys feel about the rock? Not the wrestler. But this rock here.
Oh.
And she had that in her hand the whole time. She was rubbing it with her thumb.
It was so weird. I mean, I think you see the extreme of the cult with her, and less of the extreme because you have people like the guy that run the door factory that was against it, and other people are against it, but still, you have the extreme with Sissy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, she's like the matron or something. I don't know. She is definitely miss everything with the company. Like a high priestess or some shit. I don't know, but she scares the shit out of me. I don't want to be nowhere near her. She seemed like the one that might burn herself down in the house with you if need be. I just don't trust her.
I don't trust her either.
What's up, Starry? Hope you're having a great Friday night. And she says, I don't know, but The Rock clearly told Cobell where the key was. Yes, because she was rubbing it and she was like, oh, it's got to be in here somewhere. Where is it? And she went to searching and looking. And she was like, where could it be? Is it in the altar? Somewhere. It must be. And she does. She finds it in a little box. And she has the key. She's like, I found the key. Aha. What you gonna do about it? So yeah, it definitely led her to the path of finding the key. Good call, Starry.
Yep, good one. And that's the beauty of Miss Cobell that's coming out. The way she talks like that, and if you start looking back, she is a genius, and the way she talks and asks the questions and made the chick do the rock and noticed that, and then went and found the key, and it's just a level on the level on the level.
Yeah, she's very intelligent, very.
Yeah, crazy.
Sorry says, I love Severance. Thanks for letting me join your community. Oh, you are most welcome. And anyone who loves Severance, or all of these awesome shows, or just wants to hang out and listen to us ramble, we often do that. We derail ourselves all the time. You guys are all most welcome to hang out with us anytime.
Yes, we ramble and giggle and ramble some more and giggle some more. It's our repetitive nature.
And every once in a while, we learn a few things.
We do. We are educational here, people.
On
Yeah,
occasion.
I've
Sometimes.
probably learned 2, 3, maybe 4 things already just out of the chat and what you guys are talking about.
Right?
Just tonight.
Yeah, the chat teaches us. We
we
got a
have
teacher in the chat. That's
Yep,
right.
we have a teacher. We're good.
Did we discuss the slap from Sissy? I wanted Cobell to hit her back so badly. Yes, right. And we mentioned it, and yeah, that was a hell of a slap. Go back and find it.
Danielle said she smacked the Cocoa Puffs out of her.
No, it was before this. I got so many of shots between the two of these.
It
Hang
did,
on.
like, I felt it. I felt it. I was like, oh.
I know. I think Patricia Arquette killed it. You know, like I say, it was a slow burn episode for sure, but she did great.
I know I had that. Here it is. There it was. Yeah. She slapped her pretty hard. And then she's kind of the way she looked at her, like, God damn, she just looks like a mean, grumpy old lady.
Yeah, they cast well. They cast well for that one.
They did. But yeah, that kind of, it seemed like it might have actually hurt her feelings a little bit, Miss Cobell, for a second. She did not.
And again, this goes with the thought of if her aunt was indoctrinated more so than her mom, like how far back does this go? Like, was she involved with, this, and I'm just going to say cult, and then forced, our Cobell to get involved, like into it, and like, has anybody figured out the starting point yet? Robert, that's where we need Robert. We got to get Robert on that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Good question.
Well, it was like the 1860s. The company started, right?
Allegedly.
But as you know, and he was coming up with all this religious aspect of the cult, or how best to explain it. But then he was trying to find the immortality thing, and I think that was part of the ether and stuff he was trying. But when she came up with her chip thing, everything kind of shifted to that. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to see if they're gonna reveal a lot of some of those things. Because allegedly, all we know is what they tell us of the company.
I mean, because you got private labeling, could have done the peanuts and stuff. I mean, they could just be branding a lot of the stuff, but it does seem like they are into a lot of other things and different things. So.
Oh, for sure. Like a company like Lumen, they probably have their hands into so much stuff that this is just and not to use a From quote, that this might just be the tip of the spear, so to speak.
Yeah, and we still don't know what the world state, like where or when or why are we in the world.
Right.
And that could make it a big difference in a lot of the questions.
I know I got to go back and see if I can't stop it and get a better frame on, or a better shot on some of the things on the altar. I don't know if I'll get a better one of this because I don't think I remember it being quick. But yeah, I'd like to see what more of some of those things we're saying. Or even now going back and looking at work-life balance. Yeah, they found a way to deal with that. But yeah, I'd like to go back and see Miss Cobell's altar again.
Yeah, she seemed to find the ultimate answer to what he was trying to do, that work-life balance thing.
Right?
it seems like she would be more prized, but he stole the idea. But you would almost seem like she would be so revered that she came up with
Yes,
something.
but and I'm starting to notice a lot of this stuff also to me screams witchcraft, like an
Right.
altar.
That's what I'm
Those
saying. It
cards
doesn't it doesn't seem like
reminded me
just your normal.
very much, yeah, very much of like tarot cards. Like
Hmm.
there's so many hints to something that possibly could be witchcraft related or like magic of something, like something else. Like I know the show says sci-fi or whatever, but I don't always believe that stuff.
It's definitely the
Like
way they're
sometimes there
setting up
could
the
be more.
altars was weird. That's what I was even saying. Like, this is not to me what I think of a normal like cult thing. This is like demonic or something. It doesn't. It's just very strange. But then again, maybe not though, because when they had them in Bioshock, they had one where they had like a little cult thing going on, and they had some altars, but they had magic there too.
Yeah,
But that
it's
was the vigors and
instead
stuff
of
that gave you
demons,
powers.
it's the tempers and such. You're fighting yourself. You know, it's
Yes.
your inner self, and it's kind of based on all of that and how to balance or the tempers of that. So it's almost like a religion, and you could call it the devil if you want to call your other side of yourself the devil, I guess.
And yes, Susie, like they did some altars even in like was it Supernatural where they did sort of a demonic altar and just they had all kinds of things on there too. And they could just be a pagan or a Wiccan altar.
Oh yeah, no,
I
I was
just
just saying it
I
just
got kind
screams
of demonic
something.
little vibes from it because it's just so creepy.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that these are typically, these are not like this doesn't scream Abrahamic to me, that type of religion. It screams something on the supernatural spectrum or
Mhm.
the like just something more. I'm leaning more towards that when I see some of this stuff than like, oh, praise God, so to speak.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
It's creepy though.
I mean, because when you get to start saying that they're practically worshiping this dude, I mean, it pretty much puts it in that context of um, the altar and the sacrifice. I don't know if you call it a sacrifice, but their
Well, we
their
still don't know what they do with those goats yet.
their willingness to be a part of it, be a part of the cult, you know.
Hmm.
Because
Oh yeah.
a lot of people are not. So we do have another side of the coin.
Because we don't quite have all the pieces yet. I'm still trying to swear I wish I had that they'd given us slightly better resolution where we could get up close and see. It's like a
Yeah,
little creepy dollhouse thing going on here.
yeah, the candles, the bone. It's got this voodoo-ish, witchcraftish, paganish.
Something got an ish to it.
Definitely.
I know. I'm still trying to like. If we look at it long enough, maybe we'll see something else. Again, the little badges, little patches were kind of interesting. Well, I'm assuming, like you were saying earlier, maybe they got them while they were in school, kind of like the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts kind of patch type deal or something. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that tapestry.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be
that's
interesting. We got 2 episodes left, so it's gonna, you know,
it's going to be hopefully something. So far, they have not disappointed. They are steadily going through the information and giving us enough to keep us going. Like it doesn't seem like they're drawing it out. They're going to give us what they're going to give us, and I think what they said 5 seasons or something, 4 seasons or something like that. That they already maybe predetermined, or I would like to see about 5, regardless. After that, because we're already to the point to where now things are about to change, right? Whatever's going to happen, whether Miss Cobell is good or bad, something she's not. It doesn't seem like she's just going to let this go. She wants her recognition, or at least her work. You know, she doesn't want that taken from her. So we'll have to see where she takes it. And then Mark, yes, he was there on the phone call at the end. And so he woke up from his journey down his little rabbit hole of his mind and reintegration. But, you know, is he good? Like, yeah, even though he's back, we don't know if he's still going to be having problems like Petey had, or if he's fully reintegrated. I think he is, maybe, possibly. I don't know. I can't remember if she said, like, I know she said, like, well, he'll be awake when he decides to wake up, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it didn't seem like he still was fully good to go.
Right. We don't know if he's glitchy, but it does seem like he's more fully integrated. And the question is, if he is fully integrated at this point, what can Lumen still do with the controls to control him, if anything?
Mm-hmm.
Right? They still got that fucking kill switch.
Mm-hmm. Starry says, is Cobell the redemptive Lumen character, or will there be others that help? Well, we got the one doctor lady, right? She seems like she's been working, like she seems like she has, and she said it, on the last episode, that she's been working on this for a while to kind of undermine Lumen. So she's definitely not into whatever is with the company anymore. I wonder if Milchek will break at some point now with Miss Wong, you know, basically trying, it seemed like she's trying to get his position. Like, she's hungry for the power, yeah, at least to step up the Lumen ladder, and definitely brainwashed in the same kind of way, or grown up similar way that Miss Cobell grew up through the company. So we still got those parties at play. We don't know what's going on with Mr. Frolic. I like Mr. Frolic. You know, Drummond's okay, but Mr. Frolic, I like that. We won't call him Mr. Frolic. That's a cute name. But we don't know, is he just security dude? Is he actually part of the family? Will we have a baby by end of season? Will Gemma make it out of the elevator room without Milchek stopping her? I'm trying to think of what else. And what is going to happen to Irving, right? Wasn't Drewman worried about Irving and dealing with him when we last saw him? Is he gonna, like, go home and notice his stuff has been messed with? Or they're just gonna take things from his chest? Or do they just, like, leave it there and keep watching Irving? I don't know. All this and more on the next episode of Severance.
Stay tuned.
See what else we got before we get ready to wrap it up for the night. See, Starry says Cobell. And y'all know why can I never say her name right?
Regabi.
I know. I don't know I don't know why the RH throws me off so bad. Maybe because I'm trying to say the H and it's a little bit, it's there, but it's more the ruh.
Yeah, it does seem they don't like each other, because she said, don't call her. But now Cobell is in on the Mark side of things, and Regabi may be out. So we'll see if she's tied to Irving, maybe, or if it's the competitor. Hopefully we'll get that before the end, or by the end of the season. And I do think Drummond is an Egan as well, and maybe the dude in the Christmas sweater is an Egan.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
It's possible. I mean, they're just very much so devoted to the company.
Yeah.
Which we've seen how that goes. You know, he may have been someone that was like Miss Cobell. And he was stuff tattooed on him.
Very true. We see they like making little sheeple minions.
Yeah, so I'd get them at a very young age, bring them up in the factory, give them an education, one that only Kier can provide.
Pretty much.
But yeah, I don't know. We get ready to wait and see where they take us on the next episode. And let this one marinate a little bit longer. Of course, we did get to see as well this necklace. I don't know, other than the fact that it's, I'm assuming her mother's, maybe. I don't know, but they showed it as if it was going to have some other kind, maybe meaning.
Yeah, it might have just been her mom's.
I don't know. It was there. I took a picture of it. But
And
yeah.
maybe they're caught in a predicament and you think there is no way out and Mark's about to die or something like that. And who comes, or Jim's about to die and who comes and saves her?
Miss Cobell.
No, the goat chick.
Oh,
Gwendolyn
I forgot
Christie.
about her. That's right.
Gwendolyn Christie or whatever. I forgot her name in the show.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
she
totally
comes
forgot about
with
her.
all her like crazy crew, like and save the day.
You can't have our goats anymore.
It's like a whole rebellion, Lumen Rebellion, Employee Rebellion.
Yeah, wherever they at is super cold. They got like glacier stuff. They got ice in the water. That's cold. But yeah, the great episode. Where are we at now that we've talked about? I'm still somewhere between a 7 and an 8, probably around a 7.5. 8, just like I said, because of what I like that they gave us with Miss Cobell. But as far as thrilling, I don't know if it was quite as fast-paced thrilling, more of a deep sort of revealing episode. But you guys,
Yeah,
did you change your
this was definitely
rating?
an info dump. Like this was just an episode to give us just lots of backstory, lots of information. Like it didn't reveal everything, but it gave you enough to where you're like, okay, I'm getting it. I'm still at a 7.5 because there were still other episodes that I liked better.
Mm-hmm.
What
Yeah.
about you? You're still both the same note as you were when you walked in the door tonight?
Yeah. Yeah.
He
Nice.
said, yeah. Yeah.
So that's all it's needed. Yeah. What about you guys? If you were here with us at the start, you still vibing the same rating, or did anything we talked about tonight change maybe how you felt about the episode, for better or worse? Let us know as we get ready to close it down for tonight. And again, it's a fun one. It was a little shorter, but again, they still left us with a little bit more detail and backstory, as well as a setup for the next episode with Miss Cobell's return and her vengeance, as we got to see the wide range of as much emotion as she could give us. I mean, she had tears, she raged, she seemed happy. I mean, she gave us quite a performance this episode.
Yes. And I just hope we don't have to wait 2 years for season 3. I hope
Oh no, don't say it. Yeah, no. Hope not.
keep the momentum and
right?
like
Hopefully there's no problems.
yeah.
And they can keep going without any interruptions. Oh, y'all, wait, let's see. Sorry, I thought the shot showed the ether and the necklace. Oh, okay, that could have been that liquid because I didn't even think about that.
Either's clear. That's something else.
Oh, okay. Was this on the lamp?
Is that lamp oil, maybe?
Maybe.
I can't.
I'll have to go back and see if that was the lamp.
Yeah, I can't tell if that's a lamp. That may be a wick, but it's not down in the oil.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that is the lamp. That would make sense. Yeah, I didn't know much about it either. But Miss Susie knows a little bit about it. She could definitely, yeah, she's telling us about it, right? Yep. Yep, see, yep, she's right on board with you. Because ether is clear, and I'm thinking it might be amber. Oh yeah, I just learned Baltic amber. People think it helps asthma. I think that's silly. I got asthma, lol, but apparently a lot. Okay. Yeah, it's probably just a lamp oil. I think James might be. I'd have to get a better shot of the room. Actually, did I have one of the whole room? I think I did. Let's see. So yeah, Could it have been that lamp? Or the hell many lamps they got in this room? Either way, it's probably just a lamp somewhere. I don't. Shit. Now I'm trying to. Where the hell did it go? It's in the room somewhere. Is it this one? It's this one back here. It's got to be this one back here that's in the shadows and we can't see shit.
Yeah, it looks more like it right there.
Yeah. We're gonna go with that one. You see, that's what you get here. You point something out like that, and then I'll sit here and try to find it for 3 hours while we're sitting here on stream. I'm like, is it this?
I thought it was a badass shot when it showed the sunshine, like the time span where she was sleeping, and the light in the window just crossed the room to show that time was passing. That was a cool shot.
Yep. And she was there for quite a while. Inhaling on her mother's
if I'd
breather.
been that dude, I've been mad, but he came in, he didn't seem so mad. Like, well, I just thought, you've been in there a while and stuff.
You're right. Like, it's cold outside and I need to get going.
Yeah, I'd been like, what the hell are you doing up in there? And if he called her sleeping, I'd be even more mad. Like, what? You sleeping in the
house? Outside this cold?
So
he's waiting.
He's a good friend for sure.
Dark Elf says gave some answers, but weakest one this season except for that smack. Nice. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It was not thrilling for sure. I ain't gonna lie, I really like the backstory they gave us with Miss Cobell and kind of confirming how crazy cult-like this company is. I'm telling you, I could see that lady just lighting some things on fire and walking away. Or staying, either way. Lighting herself and walking into things, maybe?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, praise Kier, knowing his name. That seemed to be the way they're going with it. I mean, the Sheets was ready to do whatever it took to please the Egans. She would not bear any falseness to them. No falsities. So I don't know. Let's have to wait and see. To see if this lady comes back or if she's no more, if this was the only episode. Kind of wish I hope they do kind of come back to her, but they may not. It seems like let's say come back here. But she's pretty much on her last days. So we'll see where they take us when Miss Cobell comes back to Mark. And if the doctor is still going to come back around now that they done brought Miss Cobell back. Damn. I don't know if Mark not in danger, but he still doesn't need to be with Miss Cobell. You may not kill him, but she definitely going to play with him. Mess with his brain. Did she say like he's so easy or something like that? Like, oh, did it come with a pineapple? You're so predictable.
Has she already said the thing that she says in the trailer? There'll be no honeymoon for you, Mark, or something like that. You know
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, did they already say that? I don't know. I can't remember neither. Oh, that's a good. Well, no, because how she
honeymoon, could she been maybe talking about Helena? Not a happy
maybe. I don't know. The only time I would have thought she said it is when she was leaving, when she lived next to Mark, and she was packing up to leave.
Oh yeah, that might have been the time she said it.
But otherwise, I don't know if she's had any other interactions with him this season yet,
other
than the phone call.
He asked, do you know if Jenna's alive or something? And that's when she sped off. She just screamed out loud and sped off. But I don't know. Interesting.
I know. I have to, if I get a rewatch of this season, we'll have to try to remember. I don't know. I don't know if she said that yet or not. Because I remember it in the trailer, but I don't remember if it was in the episodes yet. It's a good question.
Because that could be good or bad for Mark, I guess. But it sounds bad the way she's saying it. But now that we've learned she's a genius, she talks weird. Maybe it's not. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Again, thank you all for the 4th, 5th, 6th, and millionth time for hanging out with us. I know we have long goodbyes here. We'll say goodbye and then we'll think of something else to start rambling for another 20 minutes. But that's just the fun here. It's fun.
Yes.
It's all good. But thank you guys and have a great night and awesome weekend. And we will possibly be back Sunday night to dive into this week's episode of Yellow Jackets and see where all of that craziness takes us. I know Dana is always ready to talk some Yellow Jackets as well as James. So hopefully we will all be able to make it here Sunday night. If not, then I'm not sure. We'll have to see how the week goes as we prepare for a new PC in the house. So we'll see how that goes as well as I learn how to build one. I shouldn't even say that. I'm going to watch my husband and I get to help hold parts. I get to be a good helper and I can ask questions. Like, what is this? And what is that?
Cool. Yeah.
And then if he lets, and maybe I'll be so special as to actually snap a piece in. That scares me.
He might let you touch stuff.
I can touch it, but like actually, like snap one or place one of the parts in properly. I'm scared to do that. What if I break it? That's not like, especially if it's one of the good parts. That's heartbreaking.
No. The biggest thing is on the electronic parts, try not to be staticky. Like, don't just rub your feet across carpet and grab a hold of the motherboard.
You know that most of my apartment is carpet.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, and usually these days it don't matter as much, but static is the only thing you got.
Wait, so if you do that, you could actually damage it? Are you serious?
Well, just some of the actual electronic components, if you're touching the actual motherboard. But that's more so in the past than now. They're making stuff better.
I think we need the more you know for this, Scarlett.
Hang on,
I think we
it's
just
down
learned
here. Right, there you
something.
go.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Yes,
Then
I get to learn.
Then you and Dana will be just unstoppable.
I don't know what will be, because that we don't even know yet. I know I get to play the game Rust again, and actually, the game doesn't crash. It'll take 30 minutes to load up into it. Yeah, I can't wait. We get to play games on the channel, but that'll be a whole new adventure to figure that out. That's fine because it's gonna be fun. And then I'll know on Dana's channel with D&D coming up, there's no telling. Things may just run smoother at least, if nothing else.
I know it's like I'm kind of scared. Let's not. We're not going to say nothing. We're just going to give a thumbs up and just know that we're trying.
Yes. And we might get to do watch parties again. Bring some watch parties back into the Discord. That just leaves us open for all kinds of stuff. You never know. We got movies, TV shows, all sorts.
Yes. And if you're not part of the Discord, I will go ahead and put the link up one more time, because any information about when we're going live, what we're doing, you'll always find in the Discord. So if you just kind of want to be up to date to what we're doing on the channel and everything like that, just make sure you are part of the Fever Discord.
Woo woo! That's right, guys.
Woo woo!
Where it all goes down after the streams. From time to time. Actually, we're going to end up being able to go back in and do a little bit more with you guys in the Discord as well. We haven't been able to do any of the watch parties and stuff, or the computer can only handle so much right now. So even playing games in Discord can sometimes, if we're trying to share our screen, is not as fun because then you guys don't even get to see what we're doing. So we'll be able to work all that out and have gaming streams where you guys can come and play with us on stream, as well as we'll have some after hours in the Discord. So lots of fun, hopefully on the horizon. Fingers crossed the universe does not throw us any more lemons. We have enough lemonade. We're good. We're good on lemonade.
Yes, and I see people talking about Paradise. So, yes, Paradise is pretty good from what I've seen.
Yes, that is
so
one
far.
that I just have to catch up. And then we got these two, and I was supposed to finish Mayfair, and now my brain hurts, Dana. But if we can, we talked about actually maybe talking about Paradise.
Yes, we've been getting a lot of requests for Paradise.
So stay tuned, folks. You never know what we may bring to you guys on the channel. Always looking for some great ones, and Paradise looks like one of those. So we will definitely try to check it out, and if we can, stream about it with you guys. See what you guys think about the episode. I haven't seen any of it yet. Miss Dana has seen some of it. James, have you seen some of it? Yes, yeah. Okay, I thought so. See, they're more up to date than I am. So I've got to catch up, and then we'll definitely see if we can't squeeze in maybe a stream or two about it. Because I know what episode are they on?
First season's over, right?
I don't know if the first season's over. I believe they just dropped episode 7, but I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Let me check.
Yeah, I'm not finished. I'm like on 5, I think, or 6.
Okay.
I just finished episode 2. I'm not as caught up as you think because I'm waiting for my husband. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna binge it on Sunday.
Okay, yeah, they're saying the first season's done. Okay, I'll still try to catch up. We'll all try to catch up soon and see.
I think it just ended March 4th.
So this past week, or this week, yeah. All right, like I said, I'll try to squeeze it in there for sure. And so there only 7 episodes, 7 or 8.
8.
8. Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, that's not too bad. Come on, I can get that. I don't know how many screenshots I can get quick enough for the rate that I do screenshots, but I can watch through it for sure. That's the watching part is not the hard part. But
guess what I can now do?
That's right, Dana can. So you can already get head start for me if you get time. But
yes, I can.
We will definitely see because I know Dana really wants to talk about it. So I'll try to get all caught up on that show, and so we can squeeze it in with Severance soon to be closing out. And again, if you guys are into art or into drawing, painting, any form of art that you wish to present, you can do a little fan art on all of these shows that we cover. And the 2 right now would be Severance and Yellow Jacket. So you can draw you up something, paint you up something, however you choose, and put it in the Discord. And sometime after the end of the season for each show, we will gather up all of your guys' submissions and do a little contest. And the winners, I don't know, we might do a first, second, third place kind of deal. I'm not sure. But definitely we'll have some nice little prizes for you guys for the winners. Yeah. So get them submissions in, get them drawings in before too late, and we will see what you guys can do. I can't wait to see them. I got one in the From fan art. That one's mine. Just so you guys see it. It doesn't matter what season it's from. Just as long as it is Severance and put that in the Severance category and Yellow Jackets for Yellow Jackets category. That's all you got.
I gotta bust out the bin of goodies.
She got some goodies. And I know she got some stuff from Nick L for those who may not have gotten something from our last giveaway. So, and I'm not saying what it is yet, but I saw them.
Yes, lots and lots and lots of them.
And again, a big shout out and thank you to Nick L for all the things that he has given us for the giveaways for you guys.
Yes,
he's been a rock star and an absolute pleasure, and we cannot thank him enough. I mean, all you guys who have done so much for the channel and support of us and the community. It started as the Fromly and the Evilly. Well, we started Evilly and Fromly. Fromly to Evil. You know what? It is what it is. But we love you guys, and we thank you all for hanging again. And yeah, we'll be back real soon to talk Yellow Jackets. But until then, have a great night. Be safe. We love you guys, and yeah, we'll see you real soon.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
bye.
Paint me a scene, city in color, the way that you see, the way you see it. Don't you wish that I could give you, I could give you everything. 1, 2, 3, and my heart is racing. Can't fall asleep, I got my mind in a throw. Weightless, floating through the day. Trust that day.